Hello, 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 and welcome to Running Things, the resilient spirit of a leader. Running Things, the resilient spirit of a leader. Invite your friends, invite your followers. I told y'all, go ahead on and set your notifications. So every Thursday at 2 o'clock, we're going to be here learning some tips about how to be successful leaders. So as you invite it out and ask people to join us, we are going to get started. So for you all that don't know me, I am Senior Pastor Teresa McCurry. I'm the pastor of New Beginnings Ministries, where I pastor with my husband, Apostle Greg McCurry. And we are located in Cleveland, Ohio. So if ever you're in Cleveland, come on, stop by, see us sometime. You can check out our website, mynewbeginning.org. That's mynewbeginning.org. And come and fellowship with us. Come and have service with us. We have service at 8:15, and we also have service at 10:45. But enough about the ministry. We're going to talk about the leaders and how we run things, the resilient spirit of leaders. So Running Things is a 52-week leadership devotional and is designed for ministry leaders, business leaders, community leaders, and nonprofit leaders. So in Running Things, each week there's a topic. And today's topic is tenacity. Put that in the comments, tenacity. To be tenacious, to be going after it with everything that you have in you. Tenacity, that's what tenacity is all about. I was just telling my daughter that one of the quotes that is normally quoted that I've written in the first book, it says, I was determined that one day my faith and tenacity will be introduced to my destiny. And I believe this is the day. My faith and tenacity has been introduced to my destiny. So in tenacity, I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit about myself and some of the things that I've been through on this journey. So first of all, I have owned 5 different businesses. And we're going to go through that and have a nonprofit organization. So just to tell you a little bit about my tenacity and how you keep on going. I have written 5 books. And I got 3 more coming out this year, 2021. So tenacity. First of all, I started doing hair when I was like 10 years old. I was tenacious. So when I think back now, I've been a licensed cosmetologist for 35 years. So that would have made it almost 45 years. Because I'm 10 years old doing hair in my mother's basement, actually getting paid. People were coming to get their hair done and paying me. So how that started, I started off 8 years old babysitting other people's kids. So babysitting other people's kids made me not want to have no kids for a long time, but I did finally have some. But the tenacity that I had was I loved doing hair. I talked about passion in week 2. And styling people's hair, so I was doing that. I was tenacious about it. I had my first salon. My first salon was called Our Hair Studio. Our hair studio, I had a business partner. Her name was Marla Fowler. We had a cute little studio called Our Hair Studio, and we serviced clients there. And one day, the building owner came and said he was going to sell the building. But we was like, okay, we didn't think nobody was going to buy it right away. We were in that building for maybe 4 years, and then we got a notice that the building was sold, and we had 30 days to leave. 30 days to leave. We was devastated, like totally devastated. So we had to pack up our business, put everything in the basement, and start all over. So we wind up going to another salon, working as independent contractors. So we did that for quite some time. And then after we were the independent contractors for quite some time, the desire to have my own business, my own salon was still in there. So then the next thing that I did, I purchased a building in Cleveland Heights. So this time what that taught me, because everything in life is a lesson. So everything that you go through is a lesson. The lessons that you learn in this place in life, you build upon them to take you to the next place in life. That helps to build your tenacity. So there's no bad things that happen. There's only lessons for you to learn. Oh, put that in the comments. There's no bad things that are happening. There's only lessons for you to learn. So what I learned in that lesson of them selling the building that my business was housed in, and it was the letter R, Hair Studio. That was cute. The letter R, hair studio. So our hair studio was displaced. We didn't have a home. So then I went and worked at a salon called Noire et Blanc, which was right across from the Cleveland Clinic. It was a new multicultural salon. So while I was working there, I learned how to do all types and textures of hair. And then I was working at another salon, and the daughter of the salon owner came in. Now, y'all, check this out. This goes to show you how things turn out in your favor when you're tenacious about getting some things done. So while I was working in the salon, I was in the process of negotiating with the salon owner to purchase the building that I was currently working in. Now, this building was a nice size. It had maybe 4 stations, a shampoo area and stuff. But then the daughter of the salon came in and she said, Herman Allen, if y'all ain't old school, this ain't gonna mean nothing to y'all, but Herman Allen was the man back in the day. He invented this curl called the Innovations Curl. But anyway, he had a salon in Cleveland Heights, and it was called Innovation Salon. So she said, Herman Allen's salon is up for auction at the sheriff's sale. And I'm like, really? She was like, yeah. And so then my client that was in my chair, just to show you how everything works out, she just happened to be a real estate agent. So I was like, can you look into that and find out about that for me? So she looked into it, come to find out that the building was for sale, up for auction, and you can go down and bid on it. And the bidding started at, I want to say like $80,000. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go down there and bid on this building. So this is my first time going to an auction. Never been to an auction before in my life, but I'm tenacious. I have tenacity. I do want to be a business owner again. Went down there, bidded on the building. This is the funny thing. Somebody told me that after the fact that sometimes the bank will send people down there to up the bid. I didn't know that. And then I didn't even know how to bid. So I didn't know like what increments to bid in. So the bidding started at $80,000. I'm like, 80,000. The person was like 85. I'm like 86. I didn't know you were supposed to like take $5,000 bids. She like 90. I'm like 93. And so we went up. So the most that I could spend was $140,000 because I had $40,000 and then I was pre-approved for $100,000. So then I was like, my heart was beating because we're getting close to my end. And then they was like, okay, $135,000. I'm like, 137. And then she was like, 138. I was like, Lord, please, let this be my building. $140,000. It was quiet. $140,000 going once. $140,000 going twice. $140,000 sold with the lady right there with the big Kool-Aid smile. I was like, yes! And I was able to purchase the building. So that was my second business. So the second business, what happened in 2008, there was a bubble. You know, the whole real estate bubble burst, and we went into a light depression, a light where people just didn't have no money, and hair and spa services was a luxury and it wasn't a necessity. So business went really, really down. So at that time, I still owned the building, and now I'm not making enough money to pay the mortgage, and I'm kind of negotiating back and forth with the mortgage company, and they were like, well, no, we're not going to take it. You got to pay the full amount, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, wind up walking away from the business, the beauty business at that time. But at that time, I was also starting my third business, which was Inspire Me Incorporated. So with Inspire Me Incorporated, I did workshops, seminars. I worked for L'Oreal for a product company called Mazzani. I did training and education for them. And then I also helped train and educate beauty entrepreneurs. I did that for like 10 years. So the first business was Our Hair Studio. The second business was Mimi's Hair Heaven and Spa. The third business was Inspire Me Incorporated, where I coach beauty entrepreneurs. And then the fourth business was my authorship. So we started something called McCurry Ministries International. My husband, myself, and my daughter. So my husband, we said teach, sing, and preach the gospel. I teach the gospel, my daughter sings the gospel, my husband preached the gospel. So then that was our fourth business, McCurry Ministries International. And then now I'm on my fifth business, which is Super T Inspires. Can you say tenacity? Can you say tenacious? and I'm keeping it moving. So all of those things that I went to, my first business, Our Hair Studio, my second business, Mimi's Hair Heaven and Spa, the third business, Inspire Me Incorporated, the fourth business, McCurry Ministries International, the authorship with the books and the products and stuff like that. And now the fifth business, Super T Inspires. The fifth business got the grace of God on it, and we in the midst of it right now. So the topic for today is tenacity. And that's just an example to show you what tenacity looks like in my life. So what tenacity looks like in your life may be totally different. But I'm going to read an excerpt here from a quote in the book as it relates to tenacity. So let's go with page number 16. Page number 16 says, through perseverance, many people succeed out of what seemed to be destined to be certain failure. I'm going to read that again because I stumbled all the way through that. Through perseverance, many people win success out of what seemed destined to be certain failure. So tenacity means that it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter if the odds are stacked up against you. You can make it through to the other side. You just have to be tenacious. And to me, 2020 was a year of tenacity. So many people had to pivot. So many people had to turn on a dime, the way that they were used to conducting business, the way that you were used to leading, and you had to figure out a different way to lead. You had to figure out a different way to conduct business. And as you had that tenacious spirit, like, I'm not going to give up. I just can't sit here and let the world pass me by. I want to say that the COVID-19 proved that people are tenacious. It proved that people have all these creative ideas on the inside of them, and they got really creative. So many businesses started in 2020. The restaurant closed. The chef didn't have anything to do. What did they do? They started cooking at home and delivering meals. That's tenacity. That's being tenacious. What happened? The schools closed. Somebody started tutoring kids over Zoom and created a whole business. Somebody that I know even started their own learning pod. So they started their own school because they weren't pleased with what was going on, and they knew that their child didn't have the capacity or wasn't shaped to learn in that environment. So then they created their whole own learning pod and invited other children in to help learn creatively. So when things are going on in life, and you have a burning desire, and you are tenacious about that thing, you'll come up with creative ways to do it. One thing that my husband always tells our ministry leaders is, don't come to me with a problem, come to me with a solution. So we all have the solution already on the inside of us. If we just get quiet for a minute, think about that thing, try to figure out different ways to make it happen, and then that tenacity will kick in. And you'll be tenacious enough to try some different things to see what works. Don't tell me what's not going to work. Let me show you what's going to work. And then you figure out what's going to work and you work it. You work it till the wheels fall off of it, okay? You work it till you can't work it no more. Put me some likes on there. Share this. I will go back and answer any questions and things that you have in the comment when I'm done. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. My promise to you is for the next 52 weeks, I'm going to be here every Thursday at 2 o'clock giving you some pointers out of Running Things, the resilient spirit of a leader. Again, my name is Teresa S. McCurry. I'm the senior pastor of New Beginnings Ministries, and I am here to help you succeed. Have a great day. See you next week. 2 o'clock.